I am Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on
into the world.
Now, you may remember that this film was actually featured in my top 10 most highly anticipated movies of 2024 video, along with a few other releases in January. I promise I'll have that holdovers review up eventually, but anyways, yeah. This was a film I was excited about ever since I saw the poster for it at one point. I seen that it premieres there around August, and it had gotten brilliant reviews, and yeah, pre-release people were saying like brilliant things about this movie. So when I saw that it was being released in Ireland on January 26th, I figured, yeah, this will definitely be one that I'll have to check out. So I went to see the film today, and now that I have seen it for myself, in my opinion, I can definitely see what all the positive reviews are for. Um, yeah, I think this is a pretty great movie in my opinion. Um, like to start things off, the cinematography in this film, I'm pretty sure this film has like a low enough budget, but I have to say, I think that the cinematography in this film is really good. I have to say, despite this movie having like a low enough budget, I thought this film, the way it was shot, was honestly beautiful. In my opinion, I thought this movie was beautifully shot. I thought the cinematography worked well with the film. Plus, it was just a really nice film to look at, and some of the shots in this film really worked with the film style very well. I think they do some really nice things with the cinematography in this movie. I think the editing in this film is great. The pace of the editing it really varies, like depending on the scene. Um, but I do think it is really good editing. I think it works for the movie very well. Yeah, so I think the editing here was really good. As for the pace in this film, now this movie actually isn't really too long. I mean, it's an hour and 45 minutes, and well, I think like it maybe felt a little, but I think the movie actually does not feel very long. Like it goes a little bit quick in my opinion, but it's not very rushed, thankfully. But like it's slow enough so that like you kind of guess the emotions of all the scenes. I think it does a really good job of like focusing on like all of the scenes. So yeah, I think the pace here was really good. Now as for the sounds and music in the movie, now the film does something really interesting with its music, where like the film doesn't really have really like an original score. Well, I mean, it kind of does. So there is this one like music piece towards the end of the film, but throughout a lot of the scenes in this movie, the film is honestly like it's quiet. And whenever there is music being played, I think it's really usually licensed song. and like they use all these kind of notable songs for like the specific scenes that they are in. But like they not only are these some really good songs that the film has in it, but like I think they all fit their scenes really well. Um, and of course that one specific song, which is in the trailer, is briefly featured in the film. It's a delight when that song plays. Um, but yeah, I think the songs in this film that play throughout the movie, they're really good. And I thought the film did a really interesting job with its music and did very well. It worked perfectly in my opinion. Yeah, so I think the music here is great. Now, as for the characters,
they died just before I was 12. I'm trying to write about them at the moment.
starting off, we have the main character, Adam. And I'll say Adam, he is a great protagonist in my opinion. Like throughout the movie, you would just feel like really bad for his character at times, but like I find he's such a captivating protagonist. His journey that he goes on in the film is really compelling to watch. Um, and like in terms of the performance, I think Andrew Scott did a fantastic job here. Like he really did display the emotions felt by his character brilliantly, and if you asked me, I think his Golden Globe nomination was really deserved. Yeah, it's a shame that though that he didn't get nominated for a BAFTA, but yeah, I thought he did a fantastic job here as Adam. And Adam, I thought, was just a really captivating protagonist who, really was this film.
Hello. Hi. Saw you looking at me from the street. I'm assuming you're not with anyone. Never see you with it.
We have Adam's love interest, Harry, and Harry, well, I mean, he is secondary to Adam in this film. Harry, whenever he is on screen, I think he is a really captivating character as well. Since Harry's not the focus of the movie, we don't really. Well, we are told things of his character, but like we don't really know much about him as Adam. And like I think throughout the film, you kind of feel like a little suspicious of his character and what's kind of going on with him, but like nonetheless, I think he does make for a great character, and I think Paul Mescal does a really good job here in this performance, and I think he has really good chemistry here with Andrew Scott. I think the two of them work off each other very well.
Our boys back home?
Our son.
And then we have Adam's parents. Now, you definitely know what the deal is with both of their characters. But like, despite that though, like they don't really feel that haunted. They kind of feel more like a very welcoming presence whenever they're on screen. I think they make for a very likable couple, and you can definitely tell like that they love their son a lot. They do feel like really like warming parents, and I think Claire Foy and Jamie Bell are both really good here. They both play their characters very well. I think they both have good chemistry with each other and with Andrew Scott. Um, so they're honestly really the only four characters in the entire film outside of all the random background extras, but these are four really captivating characters, and I think these four actors all do great jobs in their respective roles, especially Andrew Scott, who I think steals the whole film in his lead performance. Now, as for the plot of this movie, obviously this film, it has a really interesting concept. This film is based upon like a Japanese novel from 1988, I believe. Um, However, it is inspired from the novel, but it kind of takes the novel, but kind of makes its own story. And I think like I thought they did a great job with the plot that they came up with for this film, because I think it is honestly a really captivating plot. Like, I think it makes for a great drama thriller. Like throughout the film, even though you have a vague understanding of certain things going on, you are kind of still wondering a bit, what is actually happening. But with that being said, it's a warm film to kind of sit through. But that being said, it is definitely kind of, it does lean into that drama thriller aspect a bit, where the film can be a little disturbing at times, but not really in a horror kind of a way, more in a psychological drama kind of a way. Uh, it honestly makes for a really captivating plot. There's definitely themes of loneliness present, and I like how the film kind of delves into things like with how the world has kind of changed since like the 80s and stuff, with Adam's parents. And yeah, and I think the film, it does like a really great job in making you care about Adam as a character, and like he's a great character to follow in this film, because he is the main lead here, and it is his movie. And like, just watch this whole movie. It is honestly great in my opinion. It delves a bit into being gay. It kind of delves into that a bit, well, not really too much, but in certain aspects, with kind of like, but I think the movie does, like, it is a great plot. It's really interesting to follow. Yeah, I think this definitely made, it was a great drama thriller movie. And it was rather emotional, but also quite a pleasure to watch. And in terms of the narrative structure now, the film it's kind of split in two, because in terms of Adam, because on the one hand you have him and his encounters with Harry, and on the other hand you have his encounters with his parents. And well, I think like The film kind of it does a good job focusing on both of them and without focusing too much on one another. Um, and I think both of these plots are they're really interesting to watch and work off each other very well. And I think these different themes in the movie of loneliness and stuff they play into that plot really well, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so overall, I had a pretty great time with this movie. I can definitely see why all of the reviews were so positive. I think it makes for a great concept, and I think the film executes it in a great way. Um, there's some beautiful cinematography, some really good pacing. It does something really interesting with its music, and I think I really like it. It fits the movie very well. Um, we have some great characters, especially our lead character. There's some great performances in this, especially from Andrew Scott, who steals the show here. Yeah, it's honestly it's a great plot. It's one that's kind of emotional, but also one that's really interesting to watch. And and while it is a little disturbing, I don't think it's too disturbing. Well, you want to see what happens next in the film. Um, so yeah, I'd say the hype is definitely worth believing. It is definitely a bit of a confusing movie, I will say that, because it can be a little hard to understand it, but nonetheless, I think overall it is a great movie, and if this does sound like the film that you would be interested in seeing, then I highly recommend it. So with that, I'm going to give All of Us Strangers a 9 out of 10. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.